What is going on, y'all? Today we are going to be going over 10 things that you need to know as a beginner player in Deadlock. Without further ado, let's not waste any time here. Let's get straight into the video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be going over is understanding the importance of the laning phase. If you'll look here, this is a replica of what a lane will be. So you've probably already seen this as well. You have troopers that are coming from their side, troopers that are coming on your side as well, and then the guardians. So what you want to do is, the importance of this is making sure every time you see this orb that comes up from, you know, maybe like when your troopers die, a soul orb will go up, and then just making sure whenever you kill this, you know, their troopers, that you're shooting that as well to confirm the souls, because depending on the skill of your lobby, they will try to deny souls, which will in turn give them more souls. And if you don't know what I mean by souls, if you look up to the top of your screen, I have 880 souls. You can keep track on your screen as well whenever you play, but souls are what you use to buy things with, and whoever has more souls is stronger as well. If you will hold tab on your screen and you look here, every boon that you get, every time you level up, the more souls you get more base gun damage, more base melee damage, more health, and more spirit power. So if I were to get into a fight right now with 880 souls against someone that, let's say, has 3,000, they would kill me instantly. I probably wouldn't do any damage to them. So just being sure and keeping track of how many souls you have in comparison to the enemy team, and use that wisely, use that information wisely before you step into a fight. So going into number 2 is boxes and statues. So the first set of boxes spawn at 2 minutes, and they will have 27 souls in them to kick the game off. Going forward from there, they will spawn at a rate of 2 souls per minute, and they spawn every 3 minutes after broken. So these are going to spawn a little bit quicker just because we're in the sandbox mode. And then these statues will have random buffs like plus 15 bonus health. We'll go over here and check this one out. You know, things like that. 0.5% less, you know, your cooldown. That kind of thing. So just making sure you're going around and getting these whenever you push up a wave of troopers, and then make sure you get back to your lane within 30 seconds because the troopers come every 30 seconds. So just making sure, you know, if you've pushed a wave of troopers, what I mean by wave is, so after I kill these here, after I kill those, you'll see that's a wave. So after I've done that, now I know I have 30 seconds, roughly. Not roughly, it literally is 30 seconds, but just kind of keep a rough estimate. I'm going over here, grabbing some extra souls, grabbing maybe some cooldowns. Okay, plus 3 spirit power, and then I'm going into my build. And I'm gonna start buying things. So, and then I'm, you know, back into the lane, that kind of thing. So just making sure that you're back there to help your teammate after you take a box route and a statue route. Just making sure that you're always there for your teammate, always in your lane, always making sure. Don't start wandering to other lanes and helping them out, and start, you know, you want to stay in your lane until roughly about the 10 to 12 minute mark to maximize your souls. So now, and also don't get too caught up in, you know, destroying these and running around doing boxes, because the troopers are your main source of income. If you'll see that, it's not gonna show how many souls it gives me. That one gives me 74, and that's because I'm alone, so you get more souls when you're alone in the lane. But they will split that in half, so it should be about roughly like 50 or so to kick the game off. One other thing I forgot to mention about part 2 is souls are the deciding factor of a lane. Whoever has, like I said, whoever has more souls is going to be doing more damage. So just making sure that you're not taking, you know, dumb fights, that kind of thing. This is what a lane is going to typically look like. Again, you probably already know this, but these creeps here will spawn up as well. So, you know, maybe you shove a wave, you take a little box route, you come over here, you throw this down, you start taking these out, and then, you know, you're back into your lane, ready to go. Just making sure that you don't prioritize that this early in the game, and making sure that you keep in mind that troopers are your main source of income. All right, this now we're going to start talking about bridge buffs as well. The first bridge and the center sacrifice as well as the bridge buff. So these will spawn around 7 to 8 minutes. So if you see this one is gun. You can see them on the mini map as well. This one is going to be casting, which is bonus spirit power, which is all the way over there. You don't want to start going over there. Again, you're getting out of your lane, just making sure you're staying towards your lane. And the center sacrifice is one of the most important things in the game. One of the most important buffs, because it gives you 4 different buffs and they last the entirety of the game. So how you hit these is, I messed that one up, so we'll go to the next one. All right, so all you want to do is heavy melee, which is holding Q, and after 4 hits, you wait till that light gets to the 3rd one, and then you heavy melee, and you will get it every single time. It will be 4 heavy melees. A light melee will only put down 1 light, as you can see, so you usually want to do that. And then remember, when it gets to the 3rd one, it does do damage to you, so be mindful you're not low health when you try to get one. But remember, it gets to that 3rd light there, and then you heavy melee, and you will get it every time. And it will give you bonus health, faster fire rate, bonus weapon damage, bonus spirit power. It usually gives you 4 buffs, and they last the entire game. Some of them are bonus move speed, that kind of thing. And you have, you know, we have 2 here, and then there's 2 on the other side over there, and then there's, yeah. You can also see them on the mini map as well down here. But number 5 we're going to now move into is, remember that there are 2 shops that you do not have to always go back to spawn to buy. You can, there is a shop here on your mini map, right here, right here. You can go to this one, to Curiosity Shop. You'll just go down here, and here's the shop. I can buy something, and then I can dip on out. You don't have to, you know, waste time going back to the zip line. If you're already out here, if you want to stay out in the fight, in the, this is non-stop action. It's not a, you know, there's never a downtime. So you never want to, if you can min-max, if you can, you know, maximize your time that you spend outside of the base healing and things like that, you want to absolutely do that. So rather than riding the zip line all the way out there, if I'm already next to a shop that's underground, I can just go to the shop. All right, we are now going to move on to, I don't know which one we are on. I think we're on 6, but we are going to talk about fights. So there's 2 different type of fights. There's, you know, 1-on-1s, 2v2, that kind of thing. There's team fights. So you want to make sure that you are a part of every team fight to the best of your ability. Now, don't hop into a team fight, you know, if you're 1 shot or something like that, or if you're just not ready, not prepared to take the fight, if you don't think you're, you know, strong enough, that kind of thing. You notice they have more souls. You don't have to take every team fight, but think about, what can I do to help my team in this moment? Can I maybe, you know, if I'm Lady Geist here, can I maybe, you know, if the team fights is going on right here in mid, which it often does, can I throw a bomb out? Can I, you know, is my bomb if my bomb is maxed, it will we'll turn on the cooldowns. If my bomb is maxed, I can throw that and throw it at the enemy team, and as you see, it will sit there and tick them down. Okay, can I maybe come over here, put a couple extra shots? Can I sit back, say all the teams there, can I sit up on this bridge and just, you know, kind of be safe a little bit? If I see somebody, I can kind of back up, that kind of thing. Just making sure that you're being a part. This is a team game. If you play selfishly, if you play for yourself, you will lose the game. So just making sure that you are always helping the team in any way. If you end up dying, but you caused the enemy to waste their abilities, that's a plus in my eyes and a lot of people's eyes, but or it should be at least, but a lot of people see it differently. So just making sure, do not take every fight. You don't have to take every fight. Just because you see someone, you don't have to run up and start, you know, shooting at them. You don't have to. You usually want to fight as a team. You usually only want to get in fights as a team. The only time you should be hunting someone like that is if they're one shot and you are aware of where the rest of their team is, because the moment that you think it's a 1v1 in the you know 400 or so hours I have in this game, I guarantee you someone is lurking, and that's I'm telling you, that shit will turn into a 5-6 that shit will, a 1v1 will turn into a 2-3-4-5-6v1 very fast. So you could be, I'm telling you, I've seen Abby, you're sitting here fighting somebody, and then somebody that was that's on their team that was like maybe over here farming, they come over here and now they're in the fight. And then somebody looks on their mini map on their team and they notice that, oh, there's people over there, oh, let me go help. And then next thing you know, you've got 3 people on you and you're not, I don't care how strong you are, you're not surviving that. So just making sure to be aware. It's not, you don't have to take every fight. Be smart when you play. So we're going to now move into number 7, which is do not tilt. Making sure that if you get angry, you get upset, take a break from the game. Don't keep queuing into matches when you're upset, when you're, you know, you're angry at whatever just happened. You're gonna die. Just accept that you are going to die in this game. Just accept that you might not do well your first 20-30 matches. That's okay. You're learning the game. Do not tilt. Tilting is the worst way to, you'll never be able to enjoy the game if you tilt after every time you die. You know, I mean, frustration is okay, but I mean, tilting to where the point where you're making bad decisions and poor judgment when you're playing the game, that's what you don't want to get into. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into number 8, which I'm sure some of you may know this, but if you do not, we're going to walk you through it because you might be new. So here is how the ritual works. How the ritual works is, again, remember the troopers, they have troopers coming, we have troopers coming. The goal is, I'm going to do it on our side so I don't get attacked by the guardians and shit. So you have to destroy the guardian. Then I'm going to come here. Let me buy enduring speed real quick, just so I'm a little bit faster. So we got to destroy the guardian. Then we have to destroy what is called a walker. So these rings, you have this outer ring, which is where it kind of aggroes. And if there is something here, it will instantly aggro. And it will shoot. Sometimes it shoots things that kind of land here, which can debuff you and damage you as well. But you have this circle, then you have this circle. If you are in this circle, it will trigger it to stomp, which will stun you for a good 1.5 to 2 second duration. You never want to come in here and do that unless you're going to parry it, which we'll get into that in a later video. Probably the video after this one. So you destroy Guardian, then Walker, then you're going to come over here and you're going to destroy their 2 base Guardians, which are, the Walkers do more damage now if the other Walkers have been destroyed. So if you've destroyed 2 Walkers and they just have 1 left, that's going to be doing maximum damage, but that's neither here nor there. This is how the ritual works. So Guardian, Walker, 2 base Guardians. Then you're going to come over here, you're going to destroy the shrine. Then there's another shrine over here that you have to destroy. These 2 shrines are protecting the patron. After you destroy those, you can then start shooting the patron. Then it's going to transform, and this whole platform here is going to open up, and the patron's head is going to drop down into the pit. From that point, you do have to, all you have to do from there is shoot the patron. But there's a catch. If there are enemies in the pit, you will do, if there's multiple enemies in the pit, you will do no damage to the patron. It will say defender nearby resistance. But that is how the ritual works. You destroy the walker, the guardian, walker, face guardians, shrines, patron. The patron transforms, then you gotta destroy the patron again in its final form. So you can see why I'm saying objective gameplay matters, because you could have 100 kills, but if you never go through that ritual and the other team does, you will lose the game. So let's go ahead and get into number 8. So let's say you see, you know, we've got 30 plus characters here to choose from. Let's say you see this guy and you're like, oh, he looks kind of interesting, Dynamo. Okay, let's pick him. Yeah, let's pick Dynamo. He looks like a cool guy. Also, you can read some of the characters' backstories if you look down here. So you click a character and then you come down here, view character backstory, and it has a, you know, some of them they have more info than others, but you know, you see Dynamo is a science professor. A rift in space and time opened up a central park, and you know, that kind of thing. That's how he is what he is now. Some of these I do have mods, so the characters will look a little different than what they do maybe on your screen.
It's gonna be a long day, isn't it?
Just making sure that you know, you're picking characters that I would say only to main 1 to 2 characters. Only select 1 to 2 characters to start off with, just to get used to. I would even say 1, but just have a backup in case. But just find a character that you like their backstory, you kind of maybe you connect with their backstory personally, that kind of thing, and then just kind of look at their abilities and what they're capable of doing. So Holiday has a bounce pad. She can bounce up in the air, you know, that kind of thing. She's able to escape. She's kind of an escape artist with the bounce pad. She also has a lasso where she can lasso an enemy and hold them, or crack, you know, that, you get what I'm saying. And then you want to go to the build browser, which is the next thing. So you go here, build browser, go to public, and you can see this one has a 66% win rate. You can just look through whichever build that you think personally would benefit that character's abilities and their what they're capable of doing. Just making sure that you're not running the default build that the game gives you, because while it's not bad, it can always be better, and we all, you know, you always want to be better than what you are. So we're gonna go ahead and get into number 9, which is buying counter items, which goes back to, if you take the time, I would say take the time at some point and just look through every one of these. There's a lot. You have the guns, you have the heals, you know, your health buffs, and you have spirit. I would say to look through every one of these and see what they do before you know, like this one, every time slowing bullets on hit, when I'm shooting them, it builds up movement slow for them. This one makes my fire rate plus 35%. I would say look at all of them and see what all of them do before you start getting into matches, and just kind of see. I would say the best way to learn the game is to play, of course, but just making sure that you're able to, that you have a good understanding of that. So why I say counter items is, if I'm laning against, you know, if I'm playing late game and someone's really strong, I can buy disarming hex and I can make them to where they can't shoot their gun for 4 seconds, and they have minus 13% bullet resist. If you see someone getting crazy strong, you can end up buying focus lens maybe, which will, you know, it'll take all their abilities away for 12 seconds. So just that kind of thing, as far as counter items. And for the last thing, find some friends to play with. There are plenty of people that play this game, and it is still in early developmental build, not even in alpha. So if you would like to play Deadlock, you're curious about it, let me know your Steam code. I can just drop it down in the comments. I can send you an invite. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching the video. And hey, I will catch y'all in the next one.